Reform UK leader Nigel Farage has warned the comeback of Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier as French Prime Minister is a boost to Sir Keir Starmer as the latter seeks closer alignment with the EU. Following the nomination by French President Emmanuel Macron, Farage told Politico Barnier's appointment would help Sir Keir move the UK closer to the EU. An EU fanatic as French Prime Minister would, sadly, suit the Labour government. Others who sounded the alarm were former MP Sir Jacob Rees-Mogg, who warned the former negotiator was no friend of the UK. The new Labour government, Remainer at heart, has ruled out rejoining the EU but seeks closer alignment with the bloc, including deals on security, as well as reducing red tape. Sir Keir recently already met his German counterpart Olaf Scholz, an indication for many critics of the new government's intent. For his part, Barnier is on record saying he would like to see closer EU-UK ties, having called Brexit nonsense and a lose-lose game. Even more concerning for Brexiteers, however, the new French PM has cautioned the UK cannot cherry-pick but must move closer to the trading bloc on areas like regulatory alignment to enjoy a closer economic partnership. This is exactly the kind of thing Brexiteers fear, especially since they doubt the sincerity of the Labour front bench when it comes to keeping with the spirit of Brexit, and worry such a strong negotiating position by the likes of Barnier would provide cover for Labour to sell Britain out. Interestingly, within France, Barnier's coming to power is more a concern for the left than the right, and may in fact have strengthened the hand of Marine Le Pen, leader of National Rally, and herself a contender for French president. Following Macron's shock call for legislative elections, there has been a need to bring stability to French politics. However, in the aftermath of the vote, the leftist alliance, the New Popular Front, which won the most seats in the second round of the election, had its candidate Lucie Castex rejected by Macron. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, leader of France Unbowed, the largest party within the alliance, subsequently called for street protests, saying Macron officially denied the result of the legislative elections that he himself had called. By contrast, Le Pen said, Michel Barnier seems to meet at least the first criterion we asked for, i.e., someone who is respectful of the different political forces and capable of addressing the National Rally, which is the largest group in the National Assembly. No doubt the fact Barnier has shifted to the right in recent years will have informed Le Pen's feelings. In recent years, Barnier called for a moratorium to freeze immigration to France for 3 to 5 years, as well as there being a binding referendum to decide what level of immigration was acceptable to the French people. Le Pen has also called for such a referendum. Reports indicate the National Rally leader told Macron her party would not accept previous frontrunners for PM, former Socialist Prime Minister Bernard Cazeneuve or centrist Xavier Bertrand. Barnier will now need the support of National Rally MPs, further strengthening Le Pen's hand, while weakening the left, and further alienating Macron from much of his anti-Le Pen base. This makes for a febrile atmosphere within a country already tearing itself apart politically. But for Brexiteers, Barnier's appointment will catalyse fears that France will have a rabid anti-Brexit here as PM. One who wants the UK back in the EU fold but who will also stand resolutely against any so-called cherry-picking from the UK's side. Leavers will fear this gives Sir Keir and his government cover to align closer with Brussels, able to use the tough negotiating stance of the likes of Barnier as a scapegoat for giving more powers away to the EU. Either way, having Barnier back in the top flight of French politics can only be negative for Brexiteers and likely a boost to a Remainer sympathising Labour government.